YouTube! Welcome back to my channel. I'm Artsume Shae, if you didn't know already, and this is my little podcast. No, honestly though, like that's definitely what these videos are portraying, is just like some chill podcast vibes. Don't tempt me, because one, I can yap, and two, I can have a podcast. But anyway, in this video today, we are talking about some 2026 goals. Overall, I think that 2025, it felt like a free trial. 2025 said, hey girl, give it a try, see what you think, and that's what I'm doing. So it was a lot of, throwing things at the wall, seeing what stuck. And yeah, I'm happy with that, honestly. And I feel like this is my opportunity to take things further. So I'm going to, obviously I'm taking a lot of learnings from 2025 to inform what I plan on doing in the next year. This year is gonna be interesting. The word this year is like restart. The vibe is like starting fresh, starting anew. In general, you guys of course will be along for the ride, and I hope that you enjoy. So if you want to join in on the fun, then definitely subscribe to the channel if you are not already subscribed, and also watch a little further in this video, and don't forget to give a little like before the video is over. Goal number 1, I plan to make systems and stick to them. I've always known about systems. I mean, if you are a productivity girly like I am, you're gonna stumble upon systems at some point, but I really think that I want to stick to these systems, and I just want to make it like routine. I want to take the guesswork out of things, so that way I can build more like sustainable and consistent habits. And I really want to use these systems to improve my consistency across social media, newsletters, YouTube, Patreon, for example. So I know, especially with Patreon, that's definitely going to be something that I work really hard at. And I believe that I can do it. And if I believe it, then I can make it happen. So goal number 2 is to schedule and make time for breaks and rest. So, towards the end of 2025, okay, well, let me just start by saying, I want to be more intentional about strengthening my relationships. Really being open to whatever doors open when it comes down to spending time with people, meeting people, and yeah, I think that for me, I get so head down when it comes down to stuff that I'm working on that even the people in my own house won't even see me. So making sure that I am being intentional about the time that I spend with the people who I care about and the people who I love, because life, we only get one of them. So going back to towards the end of 2025, I had some very intense pains in my arm, which, side note, so I decided to go to I go to a MedNow urgent care clinic. They prescribe me painkillers, and painkillers, I'm taking them, feeling great. After I run out, those wear off, and so I'm back to like feeling and having issues with my elbow. And then I go to an ortho clinic, I get an x-ray, they tell me to move my arm this way and that, all the other good stuff, and they told me that there's nothing wrong with me. And I'm like, okay, well, it definitely doesn't feel like nothing's wrong with me. So that was like super annoying, because to myself I'm thinking, well, it's all in my head. And it's crazy how your body could kind of, I don't want to say well, okay, I think that maybe our bodies do manifest certain things, and my body, you know, had been through so much in last year, and I was definitely pushing myself to do the most around November. So I do think that I needed a break. And I will say I do kind of feel like a tinge of discomfort in my elbow every now and then. So whenever I go see, like, you know, my primary care doctor for my yearly checkup, I'll see about that and see if they can tell me anything. But yeah, I was like, I find that so funny because, you know, you think about the hiccups, or you stop thinking about the hiccups and then they stop. Like, that's kind of what it was feeling like. But yeah, like, it's so funny because I wrote down, I didn't know what to do with my free time because I spent most of it centering on being a workaholic. And if that's not the biggest call out, I basically dragged myself. So yeah, like, in general, I just realized that when I'm not consuming my time with work, what does my free time look like? And there were a lot of things that I did get back into doing. You know, obviously there were a lot of TV shows around this time, movies, video games, like, you know, the list goes on. I have plenty of stuff to do, but it's just one of those things where it's like, yes, being an artist and a creative is part of my identity, but there are so many, you know, elements that make up who I am, and those are the things that help inform my creativity. So that's just something that I really think is important. Financially, I really want to do a low buy year. I feel like for most people, your low buy year or no buy year, it always starts strong at the beginning of the year, but then it starts to like decline as the time goes on. And then, of course, by the time it's the holidays, you know, you're getting Christmas presents, you're getting this and that. So like I said, I do want to just at least be mindful of these things. If you look up low buy and no buy years, there'll be like some different parameters, and it's really all customizable to you. So for example, making sure that I'm prioritizing buying things secondhand. So prioritize buying my clothes secondhand. There are so many options out there for buying like really good quality clothes that, you know, still have the tags on them half the time. Maybe also trying to prioritize DIY gifts. That is something that was heavily introduced in 2025. So me and my family, we did a Secret Santa, and we basically made a homemade gift, a DIY gift for the person on our Secret Santa. That was super fun, super cute, and it's like extremely thoughtful because you're making something that is personalized to that person. So that was a really fun thing, and I think that if you have the skill and you have the talent in a certain area, then, you know, give it a shot. It's so funny because my husband, he is so good at certain crafts that he doesn't do them often, but when he does do them, it's just like, I'm like blown away because I'm like, wow, I didn't know that you can do that. So you might not know if you can do something until you actually try it. Not buying at big box stores if I can help it. So, you know, your Targets, your Walmarts, like really trying to avoid those spaces for instead shopping local, shopping small business, and then just trying your best not to contribute to overconsumption. Because believe me, like, you not contributing to overconsumption may not solve the problem at the end of the day, but it's still worth an effort to try. But yeah, like the only time that I would buy things that are brand new would be for the purposes of wellness, skincare, body care, of course, and then also when I'm buying things for business needs. Okay, so the next thing then in relation to finances is paying off my credit cards. And that's all I have to say about that. The last goal of 2026, now, mind you, there are goals on my list of goals that I'm not going to be talking about in this video. So you're just gonna have to hang out and find out, and maybe subscribe so that way you get updates on when I do talk about those goals. Alright, so the last on this list is to launch my own website. Yes, I know I am at the big age of, and believe me, a website is one of those things where I've always struggled with upkeep, usually because I make a website quickly and for the purposes of one thing. Then after that thing is done, like a portfolio or whatever, I just don't even open up the website again. So I feel like social media is one of those things that makes making your own website harder and harder, because everything is there. You know, your email links, your direct messages, everything is in one place. But there are reasons why I want to start a website that I think you may also align with, and if that's the case, I recommend that you also make a website in 2026. The first thing and my priority for making a website is agency and control over my content. Now, 2025 was a major boom when it comes down to AI. And regardless of that, which my stance on AI is clear, I do not agree with utilizing AI to take out the creative process of creating art or replacing the creators or creation of art making. That being said, I feel like many brands and platforms don't really have a hard stance on this. Because at the end of the day, let's just be real, money is their bottom line. And of course with, heck, Disney, for example, which I don't have any updates on that, but last I heard they did invest a lot of money in introducing OpenAI to whatever bubbles of their business they plan on doing it. But, you know, in general, it just really starting to feel like being a part of a platform is the easiest way to really kind of compromise your ownership over something. You know, I mean, it's no shock that, you know, the verbiage in the terms and conditions of many websites are so lawyer speak to the point where you probably don't know, but in some way, in some fashion, the different conditions are basically saying like, yeah, we kind of own your stuff in some sense. Now, granted, I've been on MySpace, I've been on Facebook since it, you know, almost since it came out. So that being said, yes, of course, in some way, my digital footprint is very, very large. Because even, I mean, heck, for example, the X, or Twitter as it's called, or was called, X has changed so rapidly in a year where now artists are being threatened with their own artwork being edited after they post it. So, like, I feel like there are so many things that X and Meta, so many things that they introduce, but they introduce it. Us artists, us creatives, we get in an uproar, and then we don't leave the app. Or we get mad about it, and then we don't really do anything. And don't get me wrong, like, I feel like, you know, you have a very large portfolio of work on that app. You know, you've got engagement stats and data, you've got followers and whatnot. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying, oh, go ahead and jump ship, but if you decide I'm going to keep my Instagram, but I'm never going to post on it again. So if you think about it, if you have a huge catalog on social media and, you know, all of a sudden they drop some major update that just completely jeopardizes your work and your ownership of your own work, you probably won't hesitate leaving that up if you have your own website. If you have your own domain that you have full creative control over. I hear a lot of people reminisce about the days of, you know, Tumblr, of blogs, and other things like that. And it makes so much sense because they are customizable. They are innovative. And you have these, you know, monochromatic apps and, you know, these platforms that once upon a time preached individuality and preached community, and now they're really just used to collect your data and sell you stuff. So, like I said, I think that having more control over my content in a website form is really important with the way things are kind of moving forward. Also, I want this to be a hub for my content and what I'm building long term. So that's another thing, you know. Sometimes with a website, I feel like a website is absent from, you know, oh man, you know, YouTube is dead, TikTok is the new big thing. Like, okay, makes sense, you know, as far as traffic is concerned, but, you know, you can also gauge traffic with your website. You know, you can also promote your website and then see what engagement and traffic is like on there. You know, so that's just something that I think is really important and, you know, could be very beneficial with whatever you're growing. And then also just, you know, really exercising my ability to have like a very unified brand, making something that, you know, is kind of like the look and feel of just, you know, what I want my business, my creativity, my art, and my projects to look like. So those are some kind of brief ideas of the goals that I have going into 2026. Whatever goals you decide to have, you know, just know that you are not expected to, you know, hit the ground running when it comes down to the new year. I mean, honestly, like, I wanted to sleep on January 1st. Like, it was definitely something that now that we are out of the holidays, now that we are into the new year, that's the time to start, you know, brainstorming and ideating everything that I want to make happen. Something else I want to leave you with as far as 2026 is concerned and just your overall goals, the kind of mission statement that I have going into this year is this. Stop waiting for my dreams to come to me. I'm going to start going to get them and make them happen myself. So that is really what I'm trying to like manifest in this new year, is that I feel like we often rely on, oh, if I just get seen by X, or and when I say X, I mean blank, not the app. I do not want to get seen by the app. But if I can just get seen by blank, then all my problems will be solved. Or if I just, you know, have such and such notice me, then I'll finally have my recognition. And I do think that, you know, in life, it is important to attract opportunities to yourself, but at the same time, you don't attract anything by not taking any action. You know, you take action, and by you taking action, you make waves, and those other people see the waves and then gravitate towards you. So take that however you may. I do feel like 2026 is going to be an interesting year. And honestly, I really just want to move methodically, maybe move a little slower than I've moved in the past, because now that I have taken so much action, I just kind of want to sit with it. So anyway, I'm being like super duper vague right now, but I hope that this video is something that can kind of like help you gauge and maybe even validate some of the goals that you have going into this new year. I thank you all so much for your support in 2025, like I mentioned in my last video. And if you didn't watch my last video, then definitely check that out. And I go over all the tea on 2025 in the last year. But if you found this video interesting, then please give it a like. And if you want to, hang out and, see what else we have in store, then definitely subscribe to the channel so you can get updated when I have an upcoming video. But I thank you all for hanging out, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!